Hello again, everyone. This is the story of the Gingerbread Man. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, a long, long time ago, there was a farm. And on that farm there lived a farmer and her husband. And they were always very busy digging the earth to plant fruit and vegetables, feeding all the animals. But every day at 11 o'clock they stopped for a cup of coffee and some biscuits. Now, the farmer, she went down into the kitchen, she kicked off her Wellington boots, she put the kettle on for a cup of coffee, and she started to make the gingerbread, because her husband's favourite biscuits were Gingerbread Man. She got her rolling pin, there was the gingerbread mixture, and she rolled it and rolled it and rolled it and rolled it. You can all join in if you like. Get your rolling pins, hold on to your rolling pins. Are you ready after 3? 1, 2, 3. She rolled it and rolled it and rolled it and rolled it. But it wasn't quite ready, and so she put down her rolling pin, and she folded it and folded it and folded it and folded it. Get your rolling pins again. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. She rolled it and rolled it and rolled it and rolled it and folded it and folded it and folded it and folded it. One last time with the rolling pin. 1, 2, 3. She rolled it and rolled it and rolled it and rolled it until it was ready. She cut out a gingerbread man shape with her cutters. Not just an ordinary gingerbread man. He was not just this big, not just this big. He was as big as you. She put on her oven gloves, she opened up the oven door and slid him in on a tray. She closed up the oven, and now the kettle was boiled, the coffee was ready. She called out into the fields, "Husband, husband, come and get your elevenses, get your coffee and gingerbread man." He came down into the kitchen, he kicked off his Wellington boots. He got his cup of coffee ready. He said, "I do love my gingerbread man biscuit. I am looking forward to..." He said, "I can't wait to eat my gingerbread..." He said, "Can you hear something?" She said, "I can." He said, "What is it?" She said, "I don't know." He said, "It's coming from the oven." She said, "Don't be silly." He said, "I'm not." She said, "You are." He said, "I'm not. It's coming from the oven." She said, "You're right." He said, "I know I am." She put on her oven gloves. She went and opened up the oven door, and you won't believe me when I tell you this, but the gingerbread man jumped out of the oven, and he stood there on the kitchen floor, blowing on himself to keep cool, because he was so hot. Now, if you or I had seen a gingerbread man jumping out of the oven, we would have done something like this. That's incredible! It's unbelievable! But the farmer loved gingerbread so much, all he did was this. "You look delicious," he said. "Come over here, gingerbread man. I'll dip you upside down in my cup of coffee and I'll bite your head off." But the gingerbread man said, "Oh no, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man." And he ran out of the kitchen, through the door, across the yard, before they'd even had time to pull on their Wellington boots. The farmer's husband ran after him, shouting out, "Stop, stop!" The farmer's wife picked up her rolling pin. She went running after him, "Come back, come back!" But he was too quick, too fast, too speedy. He was over the wall before they'd even got out of the kitchen door. On the other side of the farm wall, there was the old guard dog. Ruff, 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 ruff. He saw the gingerbread man and he said, "You look delicious. All I have is this dry old bone to chew and to gnaw on." He said, "I want something sweet to eat. Come over here, gingerbread man, and I'll gobble up your toes. I'll nibble your toes like dog treats." But the gingerbread man said, "Oh no, Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. And he ran down the lane with the dog bounding and barking after him. Hurroo, 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 followed by the farmer's husband. Stop, stop, followed by the farmer's wife. Come back, come back. But the Gingerbread Man was too quick, too speedy, too fast, and he was down the end of the lane before they'd even got through the gate. There at the end of the lane there was a cottage with a garden and a wall, and sitting on the wall there was... That's right, a cat. "Wow, wow, wow," said the cat. "You look delicious. Come over here, Gingerbread Man. I'll dip your fingers in my saucer of water and I'll munch them all off." But the Gingerbread Man said, "Oh no, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man." And he ran down and into the fields with the cat jumping and running after him. "Wow, wow, wow, come back," followed by the dog bounding and barking. "Hurroo, hurroo, hurroo," followed by the farmer's husband. "Stop, stop," followed by the farmer herself. "Come back, still waving her rolling pin." But he was too quick, too fast, too speedy, and he was into the field before they'd even got halfway down the lane. There in the middle of the field there was... Nay, a horse grazing on the green grass. "Nay, you look delicious," said the horse. "Come over here, Gingerbread Man. Nobody's visited me in my field for days. Nobody's brought me a sweet apple or a nice crunchy carrot. Come here, Gingerbread Man, and I'll gobble you up like a sugar lump." But the Gingerbread Man said, "Oh no, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. That's right." And he ran across the field and into the woods with the horse galloping after him. "Nay, come back," followed by the cat. "Wow, wow, stop, stop," followed by the dog bounding and barking. "Hurroo, hurroo, hurroo," followed by the farmer's husband. "Stop, stop," followed by the farmer's wife still holding on to her rolling pin. "Come back, come back, come back." But he was too quick, too speedy, too fast, too rapid. He was deep in the forest before they'd even got halfway across the field. The trees in the forest grew so thickly that he could hardly even see where he was going, and he was running so fast, so quickly, that the Gingerbread Man almost tripped up and fell into a wide-ranging river. He stopped himself just in time. The river was so wide that the Gingerbread Man couldn't jump across. He looked up the river. It was no good. There was no bridge for him to run across. He looked down the river. There were no stepping stones for him to hop, hop, hop across. Of course he couldn't swim across. He was a Gingerbread Man. You know what would happen to him if he jumped into the water. That's right. He'd go all soggy and melt and break up into crumbs. And then behind him he heard, "Hello. You look dreadfully frightened. What's wrong?" The Gingerbread Man turned around, and standing there was a sly, cunning fox. "Oh, please, sir, will you help me?" said the Gingerbread Man. "They're all chasing after me. They want to gobble me up like a sugar lump. They want to dip my fingers into their saucers of water and nibble and munch my fingers. They want to eat my toes like dog treats. They want to dip me upside down into their cup of coffee and bite my head off." "Oh, no," said the sly, cunning fox, "but that's simply dreadful. Why don't you just swim across this river to escape?" "Don't be silly," said the Gingerbread Man. "I'm a Gingerbread Man. I'll break up into crumbs. I'll melt and go all soggy. I'll dissolve into bits." "You're right," said the sly, cunning fox, "but don't worry. I'm a strong swimmer. I'll save you. Hop on my back. I will swim across the river and keep you dry." You won't eat me, sir, will you?" said the Gingerbread Man. "Oh, no," said the sly, cunning fox. "You can trust me." So the gingerbread man hopped on the fox's back, and the fox jumped in the water and started to swim across. They were halfway across the river, and here the water was so deep that the fox's back started to sink underneath the water. "Oh, help, said the gingerbread man, who was balanced on the fox's back. "My feet are getting wet." "Don't worry," said the sly, cunning fox. "Hop up onto my shoulder. I'll keep you dry. I'll save you." You won't eat me, sir, will you?" said the gingerbread man. "Oh, no," said the sly, cunning fox. "You can trust me." So the gingerbread man hopped upon the fox's shoulders, and the fox carried on swimming. They were 3/4 of the way across, and now the fox was getting a little bit tired, and his shoulders started to sink underneath the water. Oh, help, said the gingerbread man. "It's happening again. Now the water is up to my knees, and my feet are going all soggy." "Don't worry," said the sly, cunning fox. "Hop up onto the top of my head. I'll keep you dry. I'll save you." You won't eat me, sir, will you?" said the gingerbread man. "Oh, no," said the sly, cunning fox. "You can trust me." So the gingerbread man hopped up onto the fox's head, and the fox carried on swimming. They were almost at the other side, but now the current and the tides of the river were going so swiftly and so fast it was all the fox could do to carry on swimming in the right direction, and his head started to sink underneath the water. "Oh no, it's happening again," said the gingerbread man. "Now the water's up to my middle." "Don't worry," said the sly, cunning fox. "Hop up onto my nose. I'll swim across. I'll save you." You won't eat me, sir, will you?" said the gingerbread man. Said the sly, cunning fox. "You can trust me." So the gingerbread man hopped onto the tip of the fox's nose, which was the only bit still sticking out of the water, and he balanced upon the fox's nose, and the fox carried on swimming. The fox climbed out of the other side of the river, and he was soaking wet. Now, some of you might have got dogs at home. Some of you might have taken them for a walk. They might have jumped into the river, and some of you will know what happens when a dog climbs out of the water, out of a river, out of the sea, out of its bath at home. What does it do to get dry? Of course, it shakes itself. So did the fox, starting off with his beautiful big bushy tail, which of course we call a brush. He shook his brush of a tail. He shook his back legs. He shook his body. He shook his front legs. All the time the gingerbread man was still balanced on his nose. Whoa! And then the fox threw his head back into the air. The gingerbread man went up, 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 up. Whoa! He came down, 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 down. Way! The sly, cunning fox opened his jaws wide and snap! He gobbled up the gingerbread man in one gulp. And at the other side of the river, the horse and the cat and the dog and the farmer's husband and the farmer, they all went like this. "Wait, no, don't, that's... Oh, bow!" And they all went home starving hungry. But the sly, cunning fox lived happily ever after. The